Let's just open the light language stories field and see what wants to come through today. I see the three of us gathered around a big golden sphere. Maybe you see something different, but that is the image I see right now. And I see us like a bit from above. And now this sphere changes into Earth. So it's like the planet we're looking at.
I see a sunflower that is somehow shedding the petals, and other new petals made of light are coming out. In water, sea, ocean.
And I see the stalk of this sunflower, like the stem, it's kind of spiraling upwards. Stretching. Growing, maybe?
I'm shown the sunflower seeds, but I don't know what is going on with them. Like they're ripe to be eaten or taken.
Actually, I don't get anything but light. It's like a dot of light and just snowflakes of light from that dot or that, I don't know, vacuum. Okay, it's because I'm in the stem. Okay, and I am just being carried with this energy of light through the stem. And I'm inside the flower of the sunflower. So it is from within. So it's a the microcosmos within. Okay. And there's the geometry. Of course, the sunflower is made of any flower. So the geometry of the energy. And every petal that will drop from this flower is also geometry. Every petal a story, maybe. Every seed a word, maybe. It's definitely something with the power within. Kiunast istakarianakur istasikiananakar astasikitatariyanakur. Kor ori ikitaniakor ash era ariku. Okay, I'm looking up and I see this. I see you looking, Kathrine and Anca, from this light golden bubble you were talking about. So I am kind of in. Why are you out there? I'm just gonna flow with it.
What I feel is that me and Kathrine, are holding space for you to shine now. I don't know what that means. That came through. Like, we're holding space for you to say what you need to say to shine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
And what is inside is, the codes that we all carry, that are unique, the unique frequencies and wisdom and energy that can only be activated in a certain way for each one of us, of everybody. It's like there is a certain frequency that activates those codes.
Koro osh ia koro osh kira ao ani kyo ani kyo osh ani ko. Okay, we are gathering the energy from the roots in the earth, up through the roots, up through the stem, and our kira onish oro uikitonos era karananish ostos. Kius ianananish uru karatara. Tuiara istakarianoa. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Oh my gosh, I get this. I get it.
Okay.
Kitaniananayana kius asasianana kit ariananako arianoko. Okay, I was with my niece's 1-year-old child a couple of days ago, and I did this, and he was like, "Oh, magic!" And it's the same vibration of, "Oh, magic! What is this?" Wonder from a child's view, and this is what the frequency of joy, of wonder that the flower is made of.
And that we are made of.
And that we are made of, and may forget sometimes. And so This is creation. What is this?
Reorganizing.
Reorganizing, building up, expanding, of course, expanding, playing, play.
And allowing.
Fun, wonder. Okay, where vil du sige, vi går? The child is speaking to me. Put your fingers in it. Touch it. Put your fingers in it. Touch it. Feel it. Play with it.
Tuyo katamate ina bakatudu bunduru kumada katakitini na moro kumtiti na makatatete. Wikanata ena tuyo kunkuta sasida tutu patita tututukutukutuku. Wey! Makatakitikutukutukutukutu. Wiktakatataru. Wikatamandarkitusu. And then hold it. It's a gift. So what do you want to do with that gift?
The gift of wonder.
How will you make it live?
It's a ball. I'm throwing it at you.
Okay, I'm throwing it to you, Anca. We're playing ball now.
For me, it's like soap bubbles, and I'm in awe and very curious about the softness in the colors. You know, when you look at soap bubbles, that you see a lot of colors in them, and I'm like fascinated with that, and with the how they stretch and how they feel. Uh, it's like I just want to be here.
You know what? I think it's the feel. I think it's light language stories presenting itself. We were talking about an introduction. It is introducing itself. This is fun. You see it? As a child's play and wonder and magic and the colors and the woo.
And I don't need words. Like I'm now in a state for a couple of minutes. The state that's similar with meditation, where you feel very good and light and you don't need words for it. It's just like
Yes.
It's quite dense, isn't it? Relax.
Yeah, it's not frail. It doesn't.
I get the idea at the same time that it's also like a cotton ball. You know, you can squeeze cotton to a certain point, but it's soft also. You can also spread it so it's like soft and fluffy. It shouldn't be compressed too much, but it can be compressed. But it's like it needs its spaciousness in a way without getting airy. And sorry, and I think I see this the cotton ball also because as comfort, when I was a baby, I I I slept. I often had a cotton ball in my hands when I fell asleep, and I rubbed it under my nose. So it was like very soft. So I think it's this softness, this comforting, this safety kind of feeling when you want to fall asleep. Not because people are going to sleep or we are going to fall asleep while we do this, right? But that feel of something
Safe.
yeah.
I feel that these objects that we're connecting with are connected to our own speed, vibration, frequency, and inner child in the same time. It's like we have different objects we connect with right now. They are part of our signature or part of a message, part of a something that connects with our inner child. Because for me, the soap bubbles, have always been something that I was fascinated with. And I loved them. And I loved them even growing up, not only as a child, but growing up. Now I would go and buy the things to, do the bubbles. And for me, that is fascinating and beautiful. And
Yeah, and for me, it's like plasma. It's just malleable and elastic, and yeah, it's like creation, ready to be created, even though it is created, but it's like,
It's also ready to connect.
yeah,
You remember in one of the, let's assume that this is one of the first episodes of this podcast, and we have already recorded other episodes in which we actually talk about the bubbles and so on. And
but they
they,
did came up
yay, they
at
did
one
come up.
point.
They did come up exactly, and now they're here again. So it's quite interesting. And 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 soap bubbles, when they connect, when they get into each other, um, they they form like hexagonal patterns, um, and I've seen it in a documentary how they illustrate with soap bubbles how the universe distributes space, and in hexagonal grids and so on, and how flexible and how strong it is at the same time. It's a very stable structure. So when you say, Dorothea, that you feel this plasma energy, we've also talked in about that in other episodes, right? And I've always seen that as hexagons coming together, always, since I was introduced to it in a channeling. But so it's this, and it's co-creation. So what I understand from your sharing is that it's ready to not just be created, but to co-create with us and the listeners, the viewers, and whoever is meant to co-create with it.
yeah, it's ready
Mm-hmm.
because it's ready to create, it's ready to co-create, and it's already done. It's like everything in one. But as we are living on a linear timeline, we are allowed to tap into how we are creating with it. And maybe this is the right time for us to introduce ourselves,
Yeah.
who we are.
Just one more thing, because Anca, you talked about all the colors, the rainbow colors actually that are in the soap bubbles, right?
Yeah.
When we see light, the rainbow is always there. The full spectrum of light is always there, but we can only see so much depending on what is going on around us. And here it's like light language stories is coming through with its whole the total spectrum, but we're just tapping into a certain frequency, well, a certain fractal of it right now. So yeah, let's go on and introduce ourselves. So who wants to go first?
I guess you're the first one.
I don't have none. I actually thought that you were going to be the first one, Anca. No? Dorothea? Nobody wants to go first? Okay, let me ask you questions then, and then we'll roll from there. All right? So, first question is how, well, we have names obviously. Dorothea, Kathrine, and Anca. And we'll just stick with those names. Dorothea, Kathrine, and Anca. That's easy, right? 2 from Denmark, Anca from Romania. So geography settled, fine. Now the questions. It's like
a game.
Woo, I love games. So and we're going to use the ball, okay? So I'm throwing the ball out now, and whoever catches it answers. How did your light language activate? And 3, 2, 1. Okay. You caught it first, Dorothea. Come.
Well, that's easy. You did.
Oh my, yeah, that's right.
Next one.
But no. I didn't know that.
You
no.
didn't know. No, actually, I was listening to. Oh gosh, what's her name? Havana. Because she was, and I just stumbled upon her. I really didn't hear anything about her even before or after, to be honest. But she had
a Danish energy worker.
Yeah, and she had a whole delegation going to Egypt, and Kathrine was one of them. And I was listening to the channeling from Egypt, and it was very powerful. But Kathrine's energy just caught me, and you did a channeling at some point where I was there. I was flying over the pyramids, and I was seeing everything you were seeing. And when you also went to a chamber of water, that was really, but I think that was afterwards.
Yeah, that's later.
Doesn't matter. But then I went on your webpage, and I listened to some of your freebies, and then I found myself talking to you in light language. And then I said, okay, this is particular. And then I paused, and I had a conversation with myself, and the light language, and I could ask questions, and get reply, and I was like, this is weird. And then I wrote to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then we connected.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was very unexpected from my side. I like, what? I just put this out, and and now you speak light language. What happened? Yes. Yeah, but it was a long transmission. I remember the one that you had listened to from my website was an almost 40-minute long transmission of all the energy work that we did back then in 23, combining everything. So yeah, I just had no idea it was that powerful to actually activate someone out of the blue who wasn't even, connected with me in any way, shape, or form that I was aware of. But we were, apparently. Apparently we were. And now we're here.
Now we are.
And now, Dorothea, you throw the ball.
I throw the ball. Should it be the same question? No. How is your life speaking light language stories? How is your life speaking light language?
It's like I catch it. I was expecting you to catch it, Anca, but no.
She closed me with that question.
Yeah.
What? I was prepared to share the answer to the other
maybe it comes back. Okay, so how does my life speak light language? Oh, I love that that phrasing. My life speaks light language in many, many, many ways. It speaks through my body, and it's not just me, but my life speaks light language through my body, through my sounds, through my writing and drawings. My life speaks light language through my business, the way my work, really the way I channel the structure and the frequency of the field that I'm working with, that I'm opening. My life speaks light language in many, many ways, and I think that it's done that for much longer than I was aware of. And when I look back, I've remembered, we've all done little doodles when we were in school and bored, right? I've always loved abstract patterns. I've always loved geometry. And geometry, in a way, to me, is also some kind of light language, depending on how you put the shapes together. But the first time I experienced my body doing it was, I just thought that it was, adjusting, because it was after a sound healing. I was playing the gong on a gong training, and after that, then my hand was just making weird movements, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, and my arm was just like that, and I thought, or I woke up at night and felt that my body was moving in different ways, and I thought, oh, my muscles are just, and organs are just adjusting. But then it became yoga. Then it started to do yoga on its own. So I was a yoga therapist, but then the yoga therapy kind of, I couldn't force my body any longer to do a certain yoga series. It wanted to do its own movements. And that's when I thought, there's something more here. But I hadn't heard about light language still. I think we're talking 2018, 19. And then in 2020 it came through. But so my life today speaks like light language all the time in many, many, many ways. Yeah. Now I'm going to throw the ball. Let's see. Okay, water comes in here. So, how do you relate light language and water? I throw the ball.
Okay, let me say something, because I'm too quiet here. I don't It's just because I relate to water a lot. I'm a Cancer. I'm like home in water. And what comes through is what we also discussed, or it came through multiple times. And now I remember, like when I was away, I sent you the seaside video, and I was sitting on the rock there watching the sea, and this came through like light language is in the water and is I don't even know how to say it. The ancient codes of light language are activated in the water. The ancient remembering is activated in the water. The ancient primordial waters are activated. And it's kind of like together. And then also now comes through the way that I sometimes hold my water. And I feel like I do or speak or whisper some light language into it. And then I am water. We are water. A lot of us. So inherently, when I speak light language in different ways, it informs the water in me. So it activates the inner waters. It informs the inner waters. It shifts. It recalibrates. It moves. And it heals in this way. Because for me, light language also, how it came or comes through me is also for my healing. In different moments where I'm in a tough spot or I'm not feeling well or whatever thing goes on, it just comes out. Hands and voice and whatever. Song most of the times. And I understood now there's a thing coming up when I was ill at one point in bed years ago. And the only thing that soothed me, made me feel better, was sound that I couldn't understand. It just, it came through. And I knew at that moment, even though my mind couldn't understand or logically explain anything, but I knew there was something correlated with some star beings. I had forgotten this until now. And recently, I received this image that I kept saying that I will draw, and I didn't. I painted, of this big blue ball of light that is radiating, also connected to star beings from my lineage, from where I come from. I'm like, wow, light language everywhere. Energy, water, spoken, sang, patterns, geometry. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's so funny.
And I always felt when I went next to a river, and I do this all the time, I just begin to sing light language. And I feel like I'm speaking to the water, or the water speaks to me, or it's a connection that I don't even need to understand. It's a feeling. And I feel the emotion while I speak or sing the light language to the water, like appreciation or giving thanks, or just the joy of being there with her, or putting my hands in the water most of the times. Oh, I did some activations. Now, like, it all comes back. I even forgot about all of these. I stumbled in a forest on a piece of land where they cut trees, and it was a very, very sad sight. There were a lot of old trees cut down and a lot of mud and a little stream of water there. And I cried when I saw the devastation there. And then without any thought, I put my hands in the mud and then in the stream of water. And I began to channel light language as a restoration and healing of that grid. And I felt like the water here now in Romania, in this little forest, in this little corner of the world, through this light language activation and presence and energy and everything, carries it, the restoration and the healing. It carries it, because what does the little stream? They go into big rivers and they go into seas and then they go, it's like everywhere. And that was amazing to realize. Like, oh my God, I'm not just doing something here now. This water, and thanking the water, thank you for carrying this. Yeah, this is something that is really special. And I didn't even know I was doing it. Like, it was just impulse. And years back. Yeah.
So how did your light language start, Anca?
It was years back. I don't remember the exact time, but first of all, it was like the first time it was writing. I don't know if it was 2017 or 16 or whatever, something. And I remember filling pages with symbols, maybe like Chinese writing or something like that, complex, intricate symbols. And then I met someone who was using light language already. She was activated and she was also working with the copper pyramid. And I asked her, like, what are these? Do you know? And she said, that's light language. And I was like, what? I've been scribbling these down for I don't remember when. And then she told me, you have the gift. And I didn't believe her. I was like, come on. And then in 2019, I participated in a shamanic retreat with an elder from Chile. Apparently no connection. Like, she was drumming and we were doing rituals, like shamanic stuff. And then in one moment, we were like laying on a mattress, all of us. I closed my eyes and I felt this white being, very big white being, and I whispered for the first time ever, light language. Something I could not understand. I didn't know what it was. I was a bit ashamed or awkward because I thought that people would listen to that and it sounded like nothing. But I knew that I was communicated to that being and that being was communicating with me. And I knew that being was, again, star being, someone from another civilization. And that was my first moment, like, and that was a complex moment with a lot of other stuff going on. That was like 2019, and it took me until years later, I don't know, 2 or 3 years back, when I started allowing it in like little private containers where no one could really hear me. I was so embarrassed and I was so like feeling so awkward. Like, this is gibberish, no one understands it, this is weird. Then it came with song, and then I started receiving feedbacks from people. And I think I told already the story, I don't know if in private to you or if we recorded it. In 2023, at the end of the year, it was my first big public outing, when I had to give like a workshop in a big event, and I received a message, you will do a sound healing moment. And I was like, what? No, I want to just do a workshop. Like, let me speak about something feminine stuff, whatever. No, sound healing. You have to do this. This is the moment. I was very scared. And I did it. I took my bowl out. I did my koshi bells out. I didn't know what I was doing. And then light language I sank for minutes and minutes and minutes. And then at the end, I saw people crying, shivering. Then they came to me and told me this was the deepest thing I ever experienced and received, and I saw all my lineage, and like, this is amazing. I don't understand a thing. I don't know how it works, but da 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 da. And then that was my confirmation, and I was like, okay, it makes sense in a way that I don't understand. And people don't understand, but they feel it deeply. So now it's something that is just coming out whenever, whatever, in all moments. Part of all my mission, all my work. Yeah. So I'm gonna pass the ball. For me, it's the soap bubble. um. Interesting question. Seems very playful. Like, tell us like one little story or moment that you didn't share until now related to light language stories that had an impact with you or other people around you.
Okay, that's a tricky question.
In the way that it came up, it was like something personal that you haven't shared until now. And it was impacting in some way. It can be fun, it can be whatever.
Do you get anything, Dorothea?
Well, I was ordered to work. Don't let me stop you, but I'm just expanding here.
Okay, maybe share this.
Okay.
Yeah, because it has not been shared with anyone.
It hasn't. You're right. No, well, it's very interesting because I have this, I felt this between my hands, this plasma, and I was like, my fingers just kept on, modeling it. And while we all were speaking, even when I was speaking, I was like, okay, I'm just molding it, not doing anything. And it's just been expanding, expanding, expanding. Like Earth is now covered. And then I was to make a tunnel to another kind of the waiting room we were speaking of at some point. But it feels like, okay, there was something going on. What was that? Yeah, and this is an overlay that has been placed around the bubble. And the overlay, the waiting room, our guests, it is now ready. It's like we have seen it energetically, we have connected to it, but now it's as tangible as I can touch it. I can touch the plasma of it. And I was thinking, why? Because when we are speaking of it, we are manifesting it. And when we are doing this, when we are presenting ourselves, then it's almost ready. It's almost ready. And it's like, yeah, I know, but how to present that? Today I was, somebody told me, as a neurodivergent person, has told another person, words are just air. And when you have spoken the words, it disappears. But when you put it down on paper or on the blackboard, then it's real. And I feel like this is what we're doing. We are putting the words in the movie, in the sound, in the frequency of this recording. And that is the light language stories becoming tangible and being manifested. Actually, it feels very tangible to me. It's like, yeah, we are in it, and I can feel it around it. It's like, you were speaking about water, Anca. That really did a lot, but water is very dense plasma. And light language stories are getting there, is from the air in words to the tangible plasma of sound and imagery. Yeah. It's ready.
It is. So is that just what the ball wanted to hear or to activate, or is there something else it wants to activate?
It is, for me, it feels like it's done. It has been activated, and we have presented ourselves in a totally different way than we thought
that we would ever do.
Yeah, but people know us now.
Yeah, they'll know fractals, fractions of us.
Yeah. And they will, you will, as looking at this, listening to this, recognize yourself in it. It's like we are the mirror, and the mirror only shows fractals of you.
And the questions that came through are actually very good. And we would love, at least I would love, to hear your stories about when did you, when or how did your light language activate? What was it? How does life speak light language? Right? And how do you relate light language and water? And then other questions may come through from that too. And sharing a light language detail that you haven't shared before to anyone.
Good question.
Do you have a light language, a little light language story that you haven't shared before? I think I have a few, but I've shared.
But everything that we shared, for me personally, was something I didn't really share until now. Especially the water thing that I did, the soothing myself with light language. I didn't really share this with anyone.
No, I use it also. Well, like, and that's the part I haven't. That didn't come through right now, but the way I use light language in my personal life is to clear things and sharpen my, my yeah, now my brain is dead. Yeah.
Talking about chakras.
It went. But to clear a lot of stuff, I do use it a lot to clear ancestral lineage things and all different. I speak light language with my body. My body speaks light language back too. Like, yeah.
That's an interesting.
So yeah, I've detected, how to tune into my organs and muscles and so on and get some information from them for healing. Yeah. So
maybe that's gonna be something to teach at
it
one
could be.
point. Who
I
knows?
actually did teach it some years back when I had a little some light language summer school. We did tune into the body and have it speak light language. Yeah.
So interesting. I also use it for ceremonies
Yeah.
and clearings and activities like that. Because when it's everywhere, it's everywhere.
It's there all the time.
If, for example, I go make a fire in the where we go to make some fires, we are with the people with the fires and the and the rivers. And then we burn something, we release something, and automatically light language comes through as well to do the work there. And as I said, like in previous talks we had, it is a way that I feel is really deep and fast. It's speeding. Is instead of me spending a lot of time maybe understanding it, decoding it, speaking in normal language, doing the work, then this comes through, and in 2, 3, 4 minutes is, it's cleared, it's done, it's shifted, is whatever the case is, the context is. Same with clients, same with anytime it appears, it comes through. It's a very powerful way the soul speaks, works.
And one thing more, Dorothea, when you talked about that the words disappear when we speak them, the frequency stays. The words, the sound may disappear, but the frequency does stay in in the frequency around us. It travels, and yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes even more when we don't understand the words.
Yeah.
Or there are no words. Because I was just thinking, what is light language and how do you even distinguish that? You say it's movement, it's writing, and I was also thinking, how does my life light the light language? Sometimes I'm not even aware of it, because when I'm on my bicycle, I just sing because I love this. And when I'm with my friend, we are talking, we're communicating with trees, we're communicating with stones, with nature, and especially with water. And we're not even questioning why are we doing this. We just know we need to go there, and we need to put our. She doesn't touch it. I'm a toucher. I touch everything. She's not.
I touch it.
It's not for her, and that's okay. But it's very interesting, because when we also learned, okay, the anticipation, the expectation will kill it. So when we just set the intention, go where we are guided to, and then we are led to what we are supposed to do. And often we don't know why. And that is light language, but not as much as singing. It's more like as you say, Anca, we're doing something, we're activating something, we're healing it, we're definitely healing it. And I get visions from nature. I get, you need to do this and this. Okay. So when you say a light being, yeah, maybe from outer space, but certainly also here from Earth, from other dimensions. I think the light language connection, they're opening to other dimensions here on Earth. And there's a totally different discussion. But when I stop my consciousness of just talking, and when I'm at work or with people, then I'm guided to what to say, what to do. And I think that is also light language. And it's I don't know. And I like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did it happen to you that I recently discovered, does it happen to you too that you kind of speak light language, but in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because I was like, this is weird. Like I'm randomly doing something in the home, whatever, and then my thoughts are not thoughts, are light language.
Yep.
No.
And yeah, it's like, yeah, I was curious, like, does this happen to anyone else?
It doesn't.
How can I just speak light language to myself like that? Yeah, it's weird and fun. Yeah. And the same with what you said, Dorothea. Yeah, I recognize all of that. Like, I'm called to different spaces, sometimes to different countries, sometimes to different, and I don't know why. And then when I'm there, an entire thing happens, and yeah, activations like in different parts of like where there's stones or there's a place or there's a tree or there's a thing, and then I have to go there and put my hands there, and light language comes through, or a prayer comes through, or I need to do a ritual or whatever. It's just like instinctive and intuitive and on the spot, and I learned to not question it anymore, and also to trust that it does what it needs to do, even though my head cannot. Like, what's going on here? Sometimes I know, because sometimes I feel it's something correlated to my lineage or to this country or to this earth or something that needs to be activated. But a lot of times I don't know. It's just I'm making symbols, speaking into the water, into the earth, into different stones or whatever. And by the way, I went through a period of time where I was in love with stones. I don't know if someone went through that. I couldn't pass a big stone without touching it and thanking it. And we were taking hikes, and I'm like, stop, I need to go to that stone. It was so weird and funny. Like, oh, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I do that.
It passed. Oh, I'm happy that someone else does that.
Maybe
too.
there was a star being or someone inside. Who knows?
I think they're alive.
Yeah.
For me, they're alive.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm talking to them like they're alive. Like, thank you for being here. And the same thing that I tell to the trees, like, thank you for holding the space, and thank you for all you're doing for this forest, and thank you for your beautiful light, and da-da-da. Same with, I see them like at night when you don't see, they come alive and they walk.
just like toys, right? Toy Story.
Yeah, and like I don't know if it was Lord of the Rings or some other movie, the stones are actually a population, like gnomes or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were actually having faces, and they were speaking, and yeah. It might sound very childish for someone, but it is the reality of my weird life.
You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. And that is the weirdness and the playfulness and all that just we need to allow and put our fingers into.
Yes.
And let it expand and be and nourish us.
And be curious and present and playful. Like the other day I was talking to a moss. I love moss. Like moss is something for me that when I touch it, it's like, oh, moss, you're so beautiful, you're so soft, you're so incredible. If someone other than my husband would see me, I don't know, but yeah, I have a moss is wow. I'm spending minutes.
I love it, especially the moss with the little stars.
The one that's the one with the little stars. It's incredible. Talking about geometry.
Exactly. Yeah. We could keep on and on and on and on and on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we would rather hear your stories. So, could you repeat the questions again, Kathrine? Because I cannot remember.
I'll see if my brain is back. I'll bring it back. Hang on.
Yeah.
When or how light language was activated, how your life speaks light language, and how you correlate light language with water, and then one little story thing context that you never told anyone involving light language.
Thank you, brain.
Yeah, your brain sounds like Anca.
Never mind. It works, didn't it?
So beautiful. Like I think it's my favorite until now. I remembered about me loving Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. And I find myself singing that. Brain, 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 brain.
So who's Pinky? Is that you, Kathrine?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Joy and play and colors and everything at once, even though we only understand just a little fractal of the information that comes through, can move mountains and change lives and really bring delight and life back.
We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for being here.
And please like, subscribe, and forward it to others. Yeah. Share it. Okay.
Bye. See you next time.
Bye. As we conclude, take a moment to return your attention to your body and your surroundings.
What resonates, keep. What does not, release.
Nothing shared here binds you, defines you, or directs you. Your perspective, your interpretation, and your choices remain your own.
Thank you for listening consciously.
And we're looking forward to connecting with you again.
And we are inviting you to join our community on Telegram. Please find the link below.